Now, hate is a pretty strong word, but also, I just don't like horror movies. The title isn't clickbait like my last video. I've never liked them. I'm pretty easily scared. When I was 5, playing like Minecraft for the first time, I was scared of the Minecraft zombies. I would turn off the game whenever it was night. And, you know, I'm tired of being prosecuted and ashamed of this fact, honestly, because it's a part of me. Now, yes, I am a little wuss, but throughout my life, I have had to watch horror movies because peer pressure exists, and you can be afraid of horror movies, you can be so unwilling to watch them, but no matter what you do, it's always gonna come find you. Coming from a person with friends who love horror movies and has watched way too many horror movies than I would like. See, the only horror movies I liked were the FNAF movies. I'm gonna be honest. Those were some of the worst movies I've watched, but I loved every minute of them. It was an experience, you know? Seeing it with your friends, seeing those FNAF movies. They're so dumb. Spoilers, I guess, I mean, they're pretty old. But spoilers, I'm gonna put a time up on Scream for you to skip if you don't want spoilers. But, man, the FNAF movie, guys, it was so dumb. Like, the kid was talking to other kids, the acting so stiff. But it was so charming just because it was Five Nights at Freddy's, which I love. Even though I'm a Minecraft channel, I love FNAF. I've always been a FNAF kid. But also, the end of FNAF 2 was so funny, because what happens if you don't know, even though you shouldn't be watching this part because spoilers, but if you don't know, all of the FNAF animatronics, the old ones, come together and jump the new ones. It's so funny and it's so stupid, and even though it's such a mid movie, it just makes up the whole thing for me. So yeah, those were the only horror movies I really like. But okay, FNAF spoilers over, and to kind of make a mental note to myself. But also, I watched a real horror movie just last week. And now, throughout my life, even though what I said earlier about never being able to escape horror movies, they'll always find you, I've done a pretty good job. I haven't watched all the crazy stuff. I watched Scream because I don't really think Scream's a horror movie. It's a commentary, which I'm pretty well versed in commentaries nowadays, huh? But Scream is a commentary, and it's not really too scary. I watched 1 through 3, which I stopped at 3 because honestly not the best. But Scream 1 and 2, those are my guys. Now, this is a fun fact. I actually shouldn't be saying this, but I actually have the same last name as a villain in the first Scream movie. I'm not gonna say which, but I do have the same last name as one of the villains in the Scream movie, and it has haunted me for my whole life. I remember coming to my high school first day, and well, I guess I kind of have to tell you if I want to tell the story. They go, "Wait, you're not gonna murder me, aren't you?" For reference, I came up to the front desk and I was like, I told them my name, and they were like, "Wait, you're not gonna stab me, are you?" And then the other girl that was there was like, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And I was lucky enough to have actually watched it, but looking back on that makes me realize how many horror movie references I've probably missed throughout my life, because people said that to me a lot, and I only really started noticing and understanding once I watched the Scream movie. But okay, other topic. Oh yeah, what I was talking about. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. My friends dragged me to a horror movie. A little indie horror movie, nothing crazy, called Obsession. Oh my god, I hated this. The rest of the video is gonna be me talking about Obsession, so you can click off, I don't care. But before you click off, or if you're still listening, I need new music for my videos. I've been using Ludwig Schlatt's Lullabies and stuff like that as my music, but frankly, it's getting repetitive, and I want new music, preferably copyright free. So if you could leave a comment about that down below, that would be so wonderful. Okay, back to me talking about Obsession. Oh my god. So, Obsession, spoilers, so don't be mad at me. Obsession is basically this guy named Bear is really down bad, and he has this crush on this girl called Nikki, and he's like, oh my god, I want Nikki to love me. And then he drives her home and he totally fumbles the bag, like horrible, like oh my god. And then she leaves the car and he has this thing called a one wish willow, and the one wish willow grants him one wish, and he says, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone else in the freaking world. And it worked. The girl becomes obsessed with him to the point she does so many horrible things. It was such a disgusting movie. His cat dies at the beginning of the movie, and then when she starts living with him, she cooks his cat and feeds it to him. Like, ugh, ugh, that's nasty. It's so bad. And the scene where he does it, he throws up too. So like all the people with I think it's called emetophobia, had to leave the theater. Oh my god. Ugh, it was so gross. And that's not even the worst one. I would say I'm pretty like, even though I'm a wuss, I'm not like jumpy with how it is, but like when I'm scared, I get really scared, and then I don't jump or freak out about it in the moment, but then I'll be in bed and I'll be thinking about it, and oh my god, I cannot get this image out of my eyes. Basically, in the movie, Bear is almost cheating on her, and keep in mind, don't blame Nikki. Don't come out of this thinking Nikki's the villain. That's a very common misconception. Bear did this to her. It's Bear's fault. But yeah, Nikki smashes a girl's head in with a brick, and the scene just goes on and on. It reminds me of the Invincible episode 6, season 4, where he's getting his guts pulled out. It just lasted so long and it sounded so nasty. Ugh, it was so gross, and there were scenes where she was covered in her own filth, and they were like, it was so bad. But it was also amazing. Go watch Obsession if you haven't, because oh my god, that was such a good movie, guys. It was great, but it freaked me out so much. And just, I remember walking out of the theater with my friends and going like, oh my god, I wish we watched Sheep Detectives. Sheep Detectives is also a movie we wanted to see, but it was a vote, and it was tied 2-2. Sheep Detectives to Obsession. And oh my god, the way the friends who voted for Obsession begged me to vote for Obsession. So I voted it. I didn't watch any trailers, and oh my god, it was so bad. I was so freaked out, and my friends, dude, are the worst kind of people, bro, to go see a movie with. I swear to god, they did not shut up the whole movie. I was kind of embarrassed, honestly. They were like laughing and stuff, which, why are you laughing? It's a horror movie. It was scary. It sucked, honestly. I hate horror movies. I'm gonna say it. Even though in the beginning I was like, oh, hate is a strong word. No, I'm not, never again. And so it's just me and 3 of my friends. We're all traumatized from Obsession, and all them other people were laughing. Like, it's not funny. That was so sad. Like, the movie ends on her just screaming and crying, because basically all of her friends are dead. She was assaulted. It was horrible, because at the end of the movie she obviously breaks out of the curse because Bear dies, and so the curse ends. Spoiler, oops. But it was so bad. I was just I hate horror movies, guys. But thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you have a great day. I post every Saturday plus bonus uploads 12 p.m. So goodbye.